What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's me, Dan, and today we're going to be talking about a gun in Battlefield 1, the CEI RIGOTTI. Now, I don't know how to pronounce the CEI part, so forgive me if I am pronouncing that wrong. It's from another European country, and I don't actually know how to pronounce it. But anyway, it's a gun in the game. It's a part of the medic class, and we're going to be talking about it today, so you guys can understand how to use it, when to use it, and how it can be to your advantage over someone who's using an assault or a support class. So basically, the CEI RIGOTTI has 38 damage from 0 to 32 meters. Now, for anyone that doesn't know about positioning or anything like that, don't worry about that. It's basic enough. If you see someone who is relatively close, between close and medium range, that's probably somewhere where you'll be getting the 38 damage. And then from 32 meters onwards, that's where you're going to get 28 damage. So 28 damage from 32 meters onwards, and 41 is the drop off point, so that's where it starts to get a little bit, the bullet starts to drop significantly, and you'll notice it. This gun has semi-automatic and fully automatic option. It's got 299 RPM, which basically that's the rate of fire. That's in full auto. The semi-automatic aspects comes into it depending on how fast you can tap the button and stuff like that. It just depends on how fast you can tap it. That's the RPM. What I wouldn't recommend is tapping it too quickly, because if you do, the recoil is going to come into effect, and that's going to really it's going to feck you up. It's going to push you a little bit out of the way, and you won't be able to hit your target quite as well. This gun is very good, and a lot of people that I've talked to or that I've even watched on YouTube, if you look up for the CEI RIGOTTI, you're going to see a lot of negative. I think the ones I watched were very negative. They said that it's not a gun that you'd want to really be engaging with, but at the same time I kind of disagree. The MP18 and the Automatico are starting guns for the assault class, and sure, they have better RPM, but they cannot touch you from 32 meters with this weapon. No one with an MP18 or an Automatico is going to kill you from that range, especially with the recoil from both weapons and the fact that they've got such short drop-offs. Okay, they're assault rifles. They're not designed to be shooting at long range, so you're going to easily pick off people with this weapon. Now, the three presets or variants, depending on how you want to say it, are the optical, factory, and trench. Now, personally, I've used the trench and the factory for a number of hours. I've clocked so many hours using this weapon, so many kills with the different variants or presets. And to be honest, the factory and the trench version, there is no difference. I really haven't found any difference. It's just 200 war bonds. That's the only difference between them. The factory is free. The trench is not. It's 200 war bonds, and it's just 200 war bonds you can spend on something else, another medic weapon, or even a piece of equipment that could help you. I'll be talking about equipment and pistols a little bit later on, the gadgets even, not equipment. I'll be talking about them in a separate video. A little bit, maybe I'll do them together, how to use the medic class, what my favourite medic class setup is, and we'll just talk about that a little later on and a little bit down the line. I'm going to cover a lot of weapons first. But for anyone that's new to this, basically I wouldn't worry too much about the positioning, in other words the meters, how far away you are, stuff like that. Obviously, if you're in the heat of battle and you know someone's there and they're looking at you, or they're shooting at you, you don't want to have to think to yourself, oh, am I 30 meters away? Am I 15 meters away? That's not something that occurs to you. It doesn't occur to me, but you'll have a rough idea. So basically, you've 38 damage to work with in that area. Do not use semi-automatic. In my opinion, try to avoid semi-automatic in close quarters. It's very ridiculous. And in my opinion, it can be quite difficult to hit somebody and kill them with semi-automatic. Now, tap firing is fine. The recoil is horrible with this weapon when you begin to fire more. So unlike the support weapons, the longer you have your finger on the trigger, with the medic weapons or the CEI RIGOTTI, it starts to push up and away, and it's horrible to try control. Tap firing is good as long as you get a good rhythm. Now, if you're inside 32 meters and you're in a bit of trench warfare, St. Quentin Scar is the best example I have for this. If you're on St. Quentin Scar in the trench warfare playing Rush, okay, so This is kind of for anyone that plays operations or just plays rush in general. The first 2 or 3 sectors has a lot of trench warfare. This weapon, a lot of people will tell you it will be outgunned by the MP18 or the Automatico. For the life of you, don't listen to them. Sure, it can be a lot more. Those weapons can kill you a little bit faster inside that area of CQB. But this weapon does have its perks. It's very good. The damage is really, really good on this weapon. Like I've mentioned. So if you have this in fully automatic, trench warfare is the kind of place you would want to use full auto on this, or in close quarters. That's the kind of range. Outside of that, I would highly recommend semi-auto because it gets a lot harder to kill people outside of 30 meters or outside of close quarters combat when you're in full auto because of the kick. Now, the full auto can be helped if you want to try burst fire, so you hold it down, let it go. You know what burst firing is. So if any of you guys know how to burst fire properly and you find a good rhythm, you can be firing up to 4 bullets down range really quickly, and that can kill someone very quickly. And like when you're at the 30 meters onwards, with 38 damage, that's only 3 or 4 bullets to kill somebody. But if you're firing 4 bullets at a time down range, you're gonna hit them with the 4 bullets if you're aiming properly. The optical variant of this weapon is perfect for that kind of thing, because if you're looking at them with the optical, it's a sure shot, especially if they're not moving. The muzzle velocity is very good on this, so you can hit moving targets easily. It's 700 meters per second. It's easy enough to deal with. People are moving, you can hit them handy enough. Just aim a little bit in front of them and you're going to hit them, no problem. I think that just about wraps it up. For anyone that wants, don't be afraid to use this weapon. This is a good weapon. Like, I've clocked so many hours with this weapon and never has it faulted me ever. It's so good. Especially if someone's using a fully automatic weapon, whether it's a support or an assault, their guns are kicking upwards and left and right, whereas my gun isn't. Especially when you're in that close quarters, the recoil is perfect the way it kicks up. It kicks up towards the head, so you're easily going to pick them off. You're easily going to hit their heads, and you're going to get the kill and keep going forward. So do not be afraid to use this weapon. I highly recommend it. And I think that does just about wrap up the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll have another video soon, probably on the Automatico. I want to do something like a fully automatic rifle next. So stick around for that one. You can always subscribe, and you can see that you'll be notified when that one's up. In case anyone's either deciding to get this for Christmas, hasn't got it yet, or just wants to know how to use the different categories of weapons. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I'll see you guys for the next one. This is Dan. Over now.